The Attack on Titan manga has become really unpredictable, and as such, it's kind of hard to come up with valid ending theories that make sense and fill in all the plot holes we have. If I go back and read each and every single one of the theories that people had on chapter 138, I am 100% sure that I will be unable to find one that states Eren turning into Colossal Titan and then being decapitated by Mikasa. With that in mind, I don't think anyone can even come close to correctly predicting chapter 139, but nonetheless, that's exactly what I will be doing in this video. Before starting, let me just hit my theory is completely based on Eren still being alive and him winning because I have a separate video for the Alliance win planned out later. And covering both of those in one video would just be tiresome. So, let's see what we have to work with here. Some people might not be aware, but we are indeed getting only 45 pages to finish the story, unlike in Fullmetal Alchemist where the last chapter was 108 pages long. This leaves us with little room for a Deus Ex Machina to be whipped out of nowhere to save our main character, but what if the concept was already introduced before? What I'm referring to here is the consciousness transferring ability that was subtly introduced to us in the Return to Shiganshina arc with Reiner's head being blown off, just like Eren's. But he had time to link his brain and memories to his Titan body, resulting in him being able to regenerate a vital body part. This is where a lot of people say, well, that's it, Eren is alive with this thing that Isayama told us, supposedly for a reason. But actually, if you take a closer look, we can see that this is not exactly how it would work. Reiner was connected to his Titan when his head got separated, so he still had a larger body to drain energy from and use its brain. Eren, however, has fully disconnected from any of his Titans, which means that the likelihood of his survival is already lowered. Thinking about this for a bit, and as a firm believer of Eren being alive, I came to a conclusion that this could be executed in different ways, but is essentially the same concept. Eren uses the founding Titan's godly power to regenerate his body. To quote one of Frita's random siblings, the founder is invincible. How Eren does this is up for debate. He can either use one of the pure Titan's baguette parodies to insert his main body into paths and have Ymir heal him like Zeke, or simply regenerate his head by using the Eldian body shape altering power that the founding Titan can use. Honestly, if you think about it, there is literally not a single way that Eren could perish just from that blade which Mikasa used to decapitate him. If he knew how to use the founding Titan to its fullest extent, which he should due to him being able to look into his own future memories, he would have no chance of losing. This leads some people to believe that we are going to get a Lelouch ending, and if anyone hasn't watched Code Geass, skip to this time frame to avoid spoilers. This ending basically implies that Eren, just like Lelouch, makes himself a common enemy of the world, and after having everyone unite against him, perish, leaving the world in peace. I dislike this theory for two reasons, one being that this concept has already been done and that the manga wouldn't be as memorable if it just copied Code Geass rather than having a unique ending. The second reason is that still, no matter how much the world unites, there will always be normal people and people that can turn themselves into a gigantic creature that can wipe out entire cities in a matter of hours, if not minutes. There will always be inequality, which is why one of the parties has to be eliminated in order to achieve true peace for the other. So yes, Eren will live, and surviving through the usage of consciousness transferring, this is the perfect way for him to escape the battlefield. Eren clearly has stated that he doesn't mind the Alliance fighting back. He doesn't want to take his friend's freedom away, so he lets them blow the founder up and decapitate his second body. This leaves both Armin and Mikasa satisfied, with one believing to have stopped the threat to humanity through the usage of talking, and the other separating herself from her dependence on Eren. With both their character arcs wrapped up, it's Eren's turn. After regaining his body back at Paradis, he is safe. The Jaegers control everything in and outside the walls, and the Alliance is too far away to return. At this point, we should see what had finally happened to Hysteria and her child. Here, at this point, the IoT community settled on the child being the reincarnation of Ymir, with Hysteria naming her after her friend Freckles Ymir, and with Eren knowing the true person inside the child's body and how much she has suffered. The explanation to this reincarnation will probably just be a callback to Ymir being freed by Eren and transferring herself to a new vessel through paths, since, well, the chapter will be rushed anyway. With the Beast Titan dead, we finally get a demonstration of the statement that we had gotten quite some time ago, which is that the newborn child receives the Titan ability of a Titan shifter that has perished without being consumed, that being Zeke. What will probably happen afterwards is Eren continuing the rumbling by linking the royal blood of his child with the founder through the coordinate. This leads us to cut back to the Alliance on Marley. This is the one point in my theory where I am uncertain, like really uncertain, and that is the worm, the spine parasite looking thing that people assume when destroyed will end the Titan curse. The end of all Titans is Eren's goal, which he had been working towards since the very start of the series, but this contradicts his side mission, to destroy the entire world and make it anew. Here is where I'm really proud of what I thought of, and it's if Eldians can transform into Titans using the parasite inside of their spine, and the founding Titan has the ability to alter the body structure of Eldians, then couldn't Eren remove the parasite from every Eldian? I mean, I know this might sound like a bit of a stretch as to how far the abilities of the founding Titan go, but just like with Zeke's euthanization plan, it's pretty much the same concept. Instead of bringing an entire race to extinction, Eren can resort to a more peaceful approach. Well, peaceful isn't exactly the right word here because the Colossal Titans will still rumble the rest of the world, and you might ask, why? Well, just take a look at Gabby. And in the recent episodes of the anime, the community is getting to see just how brainwashed she is. She simply cannot understand that she is identical to the people in Paradise and that she fears and hates, because that's just how things were explained to her. Even if Eren makes the aliens exactly the same as other people, will that stop Marlenes from discriminating against them and still unjustly punishing them for the crimes that their ancestors committed? No. This world, these people must be eliminated in order to create a world where the burdens of the past generations are not forced upon children. How I think this will play out in the actual chapter is that Reiner, with the help of maybe Beacon Armin after Eren's Colossal Titan stops moving, destroy the Centipede and hope that this will put an end to the Titans. Contrary to that, with Eren's point of view we had gotten as parodies, we can see what will actually happen. The Colossal Titans continue their march, trampling everyone in their way. At this point, I hope we will have at least 10 to 12 pages left, otherwise the ending would be really rushed. So, assuming that, let's see how we can try and tie all the ends up. Armin and Mikasa, what would happen to them? Will they die? Do they fly away on Falco starting back to Paradise where the Jaegerists await them? Honestly, this part is really difficult for me to predict, so if you have any idea, then leave a comment, but I'm just going to propose this. Just like with Hanji, Armin, Mikasa, Levi, Reiner, Falco, and such desperately attempt to take out as many of the Colossal Titans as possible, maybe realizing that there is no way that Eren can be defeated now. This leaves them with limited stamina up against hundreds of thousands of Titans, which might even fight back since we saw Eren command pure Titans to attack other Titans back when he made contact with Dina Fritz. This would kind of contradict Eren's choice to give freedom to the Alliance, but once again it's extremely hard to correctly predict what choices will be made. In any case, I think the easier solution to wrap up all of those characters is to simply kill them off with the other inhabitants of the world. The Colossal Titans continue, with maybe 1 or 2 full panels of them destroying the other continents. For the last 5 pages we might get a flash forward to maybe a few months later to the world being fully destroyed, and the child now having grown slightly more hair as seen in the final panel. The Colossal Titans are evaporating into thin air as Eren is sitting next to Istria, somewhere inside the walls. Standing up, he takes his child and issues his final command. The founding Titan destroys the parasites inside of each and every alien, leaving them unable to transform. As such, without the parasite, paths can no longer exist. The people of Paradise celebrate their final victory, already planning expeditions to the outside world in order to colonize it. Eren smiles, realizing that his goal has finally been achieved. Holding Ymir, he reassures her. Those 2,000 years of slavery and oppression will not repeat themselves. Standing maybe in front of a sunrise, signifying the rise of a new world, he proclaims, "You are now free." But hey, that's just a theory. I am sure that most of what I explained here won't be depicted in the manga, maybe apart from that last part, but that's what theories are for. You are free to disagree with me and leave a comment, but please explain how you think the ending will play out rather than leaving one sentence along the lines of Eren is simply dead, so stop coping. I am planning another video to come up soon talking about what could happen if the Alliance won, so stay tuned for that. But in any case, I will respect Isayama's decision on how he wants to end this manga. Thanks for watching and enjoy the final chapter.